too.
Hi, everybody. Here we are.
We're alive. Proof of life.
Oh
yes,
my gosh.
we are here, the Fiber Girls, back for episode 4.
Yes, and my name is Kayla, and I'm the owner and dyer behind Whips on Sticks Fiber Co.
My name's Sarah.
We're out of practice.
We are 2.5 months out of practice, by the way. But my name's Sarahstevens, and I'm the owner and dyer behind Graceland Wool.
And I'm Sarah Mahan. I'm the owner and dyer behind SeraCraft Yarn. And so, sorry it's been so long.
I know.
You know, busy and vacations and sick kids and
life happens. And, you know, like we mentioned before, getting 3 lives to sync up, especially when the holidays are approaching, it doesn't happen. This is what happens.
Yes.
2.5 months later.
Right?
We tried to do the Skype thing. We got it all somewhat set up. I just didn't make my account. So,
yeah.
two-thirds of our team.
Right.
I thought.
You know what, though? But I think, and maybe we can get y'all's opinion on this, but would you be open to us doing some Skype ones? Because I feel like even though it does compromise the quality a little bit, we would be able to get them out more often. Yeah. So let us know what you guys think about that, because we might end up having to do that just to keep up with you guys and
I think so.
See a part of your lives.
I think that's how Chelsea and Sue from Legacy Fiber Arts, they were doing FaceTime and then they switched to Skype and their quality is really good. And you guys have really good lights if I just have good lighting.
Yeah.
No. I'll be okay.
I can lend you my little light.
I feel like you have some of the best lighting though. Like if you just set it up because you have a face sat right there.
Yeah.
You have like this awesome.
You have so much
window.
Natural light. Yeah.
Oh my
God.
I think we can do it.
Doing it during the day.
This is true.
True. But I mean, my lighting kit really wasn't that expensive.
No.
Okay. Well, I'll look into it. So maybe we'll work it out.
We'll figure it out.
So,
totally.
In the meantime, here we are. Big lattes, ready to go.
Giant.
Oh my gosh.
Lattes.
I love this mug.
It's one of my favorites. That's my big giant. I need lots of coffee.
It's like a good sturdy like stoneware type.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
I love it. And it's full of coffee.
And is it from the same?
No, it's a different one. Beautiful. I can't remember. I feel like that was like a TJ Maxx find, as was my SeraM. This one was from, oh gosh, I can't remember. Sheehan is the potter behind this one. And I got this one on a trip to Bozeman, Montana.
I love it.
And I love mugs like this. I love pottery like this. And especially when we go on trips, because I have a mug problem. I have a lot of mugs and I collect them, and this is one of my favorites. And so, anyway,
I love that it looks like there's a little chicken or something right there.
It kind of does,
right?
Yeah.
It does look like a chicken.
It kind of looks like a chicken, but I love all the mountains on it, and it's
it reminds me of your house. Like
actually, it does.
Thank you.
It's so beautiful when I drive up here. I love it. It's so relaxing. Even just looking. You guys,
it wasn't
Sarah
a
has the best house.
Drive up here this morning. I was going like 70 and a 60, like flying by everybody.
I can't wait till it's really snowing, because up here it just looks like a big snow globe. And I think I've said that before.
Yeah.
No, I love the snow. I'm sorry. I know. Not all of you love it. I love it.
I do too.
I'm terrified. Well, I didn't grow up driving in the snow, so for me, it's still nerve-wracking. Even though I've been up here for like 10 years now, like. Every winter, the first couple of snows, I either don't leave my house or I drive like a grandma. And
I love it.
I love it. My husband just got my snow tires put on the other day, and so that was good. I'm ready to go. I'm ready.
You would have the best property to like go snowshoeing.
We could. We don't have snowshoes, but out on the back 5, we there's some really good sledding hills. Oh my God, you guys, it is ridiculous. It's so fun. We can't wait. And you feel like you're in the middle of nowhere. You just have to be careful not to hit a tree. But, but it's super fun. It's so fun. And we have a good time.
We would totally do that.
So, you just feel like you're out in the middle of the woods somewhere. And because the snow kind of pads the traffic.
Right.
So you can't really hear the highway back there. So it's cool.
I can't wait to see it with snow everywhere. It will look very pretty.
It will. You will not like coming up the driveway.
Because
before I got snow tires, I couldn't get up the driveway.
Okay.
It was crazy.
You have snow tires?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you'll be okay.
Kayla's like, I'm going to park at the bottom.
I'll come down and get you.
And then you're imagining
like
get me.
What is that? Like trekking with like the sticks and like
cross country skiing. I used to do that.
Or maybe I'll get into that dog sled idea I mentioned before. I think it's about time.
Right. So let's hop in.
We should probably
because Kayla has an amazing sweater on, you guys.
Yes.
I finished my Sunset Highway.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah. Let's see if I can.
It is just,
I love it.
Stunning.
I really love it.
It's all done finally. I think this took me like 7 months to finish finally. But the last part of it, like the bottom hem and both the sleeves were done inside of like 3 days. I just put it down for so long and didn't pick it back up again, but it's beautiful.
It's so pretty. I love it.
And I love your colors.
And this was knit out of my yarn in my Limpet, Conch, Rapunzel, and then just like a basic black colorway in my 75-25. Yeah, and it's the coziest thing ever. It's nice and big and loose and stretchy, and it is my favorite thing to live in right now.
Did you say what the pattern was? You did, right?
Oh,
I don't know.
Maybe. The Sunset Highway by Caitlin Hunter.
I'll drink more coffee. And
Oh, yeah. No, it's all good. Well, I don't even remember, so I'll find out on playback.
Well, I also haven't.
Yes, you do.
So pretty.
So I'm really excited about this. So this is the Tecumseh by Caitlin Hunter.
Oh my god, it's stunning too.
Oh. And I did change it a little, and I put it in my pattern notes, so turn the right way. So I split for the sleeves sooner, because I really like the style that she originally wrote it in. However, I didn't know that would be super comfortable with picking up kids and like move my arms up. So anyway, it's all done in my yarn and SeraCraft farm worsted, so it's 100% non-superwash. So the light pale blue is Glacier.
I love that one. Yeah, it's my favorite.
The green is Army, and then the purple is Huckleberries. So
I love it.
You make me want to knit one, and I really didn't have any interest in knitting one before.
No, isn't that funny? I didn't like it when it first came out. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, I'm never going to knit that. Right. And then one of the testers, I don't know her name, but she did this speckled yarn for the main color, and then it was kind of a maroon color for the feathers or shields, whatever you choose to call them. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, I love that. And that was when I was like, I need to make that. So I just couldn't decide on colors for a long time, but it is the warmest sweater for sure that I've ever, that I own of anything. It's so warm and it's so soft and cozy, and it has a good drape, I think. I think
the drape is
just beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
It's so great. So, and I'm glad I did the extra small, I think.
Oh wow! And it still has like a ton of ease.
So I've noticed with Caitlin Hunter's patterns, she's pretty across the board. If you find one size that works, it seems to work with all of them. But I definitely have to go down on the sizes that I would normally Normally, I would knit a large for myself in other patterns, and for hers, I knit a medium.
Yeah,
and I still have a lot of positive ease
because I'm usually like a small, or if it's a very fitted, I'll make a.
Oh, that was me.
Oh, it was you. Okay.
Sorry, guys.
You look like you see a ghost.
Might have been a ghost.
No, I put my feet up on a chair.
I'm usually like a small unless it's very fitted, and then I'll make a medium because I don't like super fitted.
Yeah.
And I feel like I maybe did that on the Zweg because that is supposed to be more fitted. So I feel like I don't know.
We'll yeah, on the other end of the spectrum for me, I feel like it was pretty true to size. Mm-hmm. I was able to knit the normal shirt size I would wear. I picked that out. Of course, I checked my measurements. And it fits great. The only thing, and I think it was more a gauge issue, I think I was doing my color work too loosely in the shoulders. Okay. So I have a lot of extra up here, but then towards closer down here, I kind of figured it out and got in my rhythm more. So it fits a little better, but that's my only complaint. And I think that was on me. I don't think that was on her at all.
I think it looks so good.
It looks beautiful.
I'm so excited.
Do you wear the heck out of it?
I do.
Yeah. I was going to say, I would live in it.
It is so comfy.
I would live in yours too. See, I want to make one, but I think I want to do, we've talked about this. I want to do a gray or darker color background. Mm-hmm. And then I want to do lighter blue and darker blue. I don't know.
I almost want to make another one. It probably, if there weren't so many patterns I rarely knit the same pattern twice, except for hats and socks.
Yeah.
But I don't like to repeat stuff.
Well, I know for my other sweater rip that I'll pull out for our colorwork knit along, which I already want to make another one in like completely different colors. It's moving along so quickly. I'll pull it out in a bit.
I can't wait.
I know I need to knit another one.
I haven't been working on that project at all. So I didn't even bring it. So do you have FOs?
The only FO I have is my weekender.
It's been so long since we recorded that.
I'm finally done. So my only concern with this is I wish I would have knit it a little bit longer. Okay. Like, I think for this yarn, it needed to have been longer, like more of a, so I might pick up this bottom hem, even though it's tubular, and at least add some length and seam up the two sides and add some ribbing. Is kind of what I'm thinking. Yeah. I have a whole skein left. But I love it. I used Yarn on the House Daughter in some brown colorway. I can't remember what it was.
I can't remember either. You mentioned it, though, on like our first or second.
Yeah. I would go back and one or two skeins.
Check our old show notes and see.
But it is super warm and cozy. I really do like it. Oh, I wear it quite a bit.
It's so funny because since it's been so long, I mean, I've been wearing this a lot, and so it feels weird to be like, oh, look what I've done.
Yeah, I know.
So I had to backtrack. Like, I actually checked my own Instagram to see what I've been talking about, which hasn't been that much, unfortunately. So I was trying to guess what I had done since we last.
It's been so crazy.
My Instagram feed has been so... I have been so bad at posting anything. I don't think I've posted in like 3 months, guys.
You did something on your story, though, yesterday, I think.
Because my day yesterday was insanity. Complete insanity.
I didn't get to watch it yet, so I'm not going to pretend.
Okay, I watched it. It was cool. I fail at trying to upload Instagram because if you do the stories, it's like only lets you do like 20 seconds or whatever. And so I filmed like this 3-minute performance. And then you have to like go in and clip it or whatever.
Mm-hmm. I'm not texting.
Okay, so you only get like 3/4 of the performance because then I forgot where I was at in it because somebody
called me.
I
to show you. I don't. Yeah, so, I have an app that supposedly takes the video for you and clips it for Instagram. I haven't tried it yet, but I did download it and it had good reviews. So when we're done, let me check my phone and I will, because I was looking. I'm like, it is annoying to sit and like when you're trying to record a story to like hit the button, say something for 10 seconds. And then hit the button. And then hit the button again.
Yeah, it's so silly.
Yeah, so there are apps out there that will... I think there's a few of them.
Hook me up. We're going to have to figure out that.
I don't know why I'm not surprised that... Of course that exists. But I just would never... It would never occur to me.
Well, I didn't either until recently. I think I saw someone's stories and I'm like, there is no gap. There is no pause. There is no reaching. What are they doing? And so I just... Yeah.
It's Molly. Molly's never have gaps or pauses. Hers are perfect.
She must be have.
Oh man,
she probably has elves that like just. She's so perfect.
She's magical, guys. I don't know, but no, I do want to briefly talk about my day yesterday because I know it's not knitting related, but I'm so proud of my kiddo. My oldest daughter plays competitive soccer, and then she does high school cheer and competitive cheer. And yesterday was their very first soccer game of the season. In 25-degree weather.
Oh my god!
Oh my and it was cold.
It was so cold. We had to be on the field at 9 a.m. The game started at 10. She had to leave at halftime because I had to book her and her teammate, who's also on competitive cheer, up to actually Deer Park. So we were in Deer Park High School, and then they performed at a cheerleading competition. And at the soccer game, they won 2-0. So that was huge for the very first one. Yeah. Yep. And because it's so cold. And then they got first place at their cheer competition. And they've never competed before. And
that's so cool.
Yeah. Mead has never had a competition team. So that was really, really cool. I know.
Nice.
So,
and you were like 5 minutes from my house. That's so
cool. My gosh. And I think my GPS took me the wrong way because I went the longest way possible. And it was like, why did I go like through these dirt roads? And
oh my gosh.
Like, I had no idea. And I was like, where is it taking me? And
Google Maps hates Deer Park.
It was so bad.
It does. Because trying to get through Deer Park sometimes, it's not big. And it takes you the most confusing way.
One time it told me to drive through the Deer Park Library. So I just stopped. It was like, turn right. And I'm like, I don't think I can do that.
I don't think they would like it. Oh, that's funny.
Oh gosh, I love it so much.
Oh, God bless small towns.
Right?
Oh man. So anyways, I had to brag for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That is so cool.
Yeah. So on with the knitting, I guess. Slash crocheting. Slash
fiber
slash.
What other?
I do have another FO.
Okay.
Well,
I have a stack.
You have a stack. I love that you have a stack, guys.
It's crazy. I don't. But it's been a long time. It's not like
I quit knitting for like ever. I had like the longest bout of like no knitting mojo ever. So
it's been hard. I'm
glad it's finally coming back.
But being stuck in the airport for like forever, I got so much stuff done. So here's the thing. I have an FO that is about to become a whip again. We were stuck. We went to go visit my parents in Alabama.
I've done this, so that's the only reason I'm laughing.
So
I apologize.
And we were trapped in Chicago for like 3 days. First it was like mechanical stuff, and then there was a blizzard, and we were stuck. And so I was just knitting away, trying not to lose my mind. We were traveling with toddlers. It was not fun. And they had checked all of their stuff, so they didn't have bottles. It was a mess. But we made it through, and we got home. But I was just knitting furiously, and I was like, woohoo, I finished some socks. These are my Halloween socks. They're 2 different sizes, guys. A full color. I was counting.
We have all done that, so don't lie. You know you've done it.
I was counting my stripes, and by that point, I had like, okay, there's a child screaming over here. I'm exhausted. I've been eating nothing but airport food and like takeout for days. Like they're a full color repeat longer.
They're so pretty though.
They are gorgeous.
Thank you. I'm excited to have them done, but yeah, so.
Did you knit them cuff down? Or did you knit them toe up?
I knit them cuff down.
Perfect. So you just forgot that toe.
Yeah. Well, and
awesome.
Here's the thing. So these are actually a gift for my mom. So when I got back and I realized that they were 2 different sizes, I made her try them both on to find out which one fit.
That's awesome.
So
Smart.
it turns out she actually liked the longer one, so I'm just going to have to add in and splice in. But I still have a ton.
Good. Super smart.
I have a ton left of
That's
my
so good.
my
That is
stripes.
smart.
So
You do have a lot left.
yeah, I could knit like a whole other like smaller
Yeah.
I don't know.
You could make like shorty socks out of that.
Or like striping
heels and
mittens
toes.
to go with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is in my Fates thread, one of my favorite bags ever. I use it all the time. It's never empty. My rainbow pineapples bag. So yeah. So I've got to rip out the toe, but I'm counting it as an FO because they are finished. They are
It's definitely an FO.
Right. You should.
All right.
Okay.
What do you got going on?
I'll start the parade of ridiculousness. Okay. So I finally finished my.
So pretty.
Oh my god.
So
Oops,
this
my
is
name is
sorry,
Sarah.
Sarah. This is my Rose
pretty.
Hall shawl by Samantha Lamb, and I did this as a test knit, and then like totally missed the deadline. But I love it, and I did make a modification that I did not make it as long as she suggested, and I put that on my notes and everything because the pattern was for DK. And I used worsted. I used Cascade 220 in the Shire colorway, which I don't really know if you can see the pattern or the color really, but well, you know.
Yeah, the texture is showing up.
So I used worsted instead of DK. I went up a couple needle sizes because I wanted to be super drapey, and I didn't have DK. And I always think of Cascade 220 as light worsted, so I think it's fine. And it's a shawl, whatever. So I didn't do as many repeats as she suggested, but I measured it and it was like the same measurements, and it's beautiful. And
Stunning.
I've been basically wearing it like this,
Like nonstop.
and
sure.
I wear it. Whoops. I've been wearing it like that, so it's super cozy. I love it.
Oh my god,
It's gorgeous.
It's so warm. It's been really, really good. And so that's one project, and I love it. So that is. I think she released it.
She did, and
right?
I'm working on it too, but mine's nowhere near completion at all. And I am using DK, and I'm using a smaller needle size for whatever stupid reason. So I'm gonna be knitting on this thing forever.
Yeah, and it wasn't.
I think you'll get some
mindless.
mojo back and plow through it. I find that like this I dropped it for like 4 months and then picked it up and it was done in like 4 days. Like, I think you'll get there.
We'll get there. I'm trying not to start very many new projects. I'm trying to get through the ones I have, which is very hard.
Like
sometimes.
that exact opposite of Sarah.
It's like
just like cast on everything.
I want to cast on everything. I want to start. I actually, what I want to do is all the stuff that's currently cast on. I would like to put that away and cast on all new stuff.
I say you should do it.
I'm thinking about it because I had plans. And Meg from Bad Wolf Girl Knits, I am blaming you.
I love it. She's like, okay, let's talk about this right now.
You don't watch this, I'm sure, but I blame you. And she posted on her Instagram that she had cast on a swag and she was going to finish it in like under a month or something for her birthday. And I was like, that's insane. Wait a minute. I have one cast on and start. I'm going to do this too. So I thought, I'm going to finish my swag by Christmas. You guys. I don't know what I was thinking. A fingering weight sweater. I have 2.5 weeks left. And my son and I were both sick. We had like a little flu bug go through. And how did I think I was going to do it? But I'm not even through the lace. Okay, but whatever. We'll go back to that. In the meantime, I do have other.
Oh my God, I love it so much. I love it.
So I finished. I didn't show this last time, right? Okay. So I finished my little pumpkin spice latte socks for my son Liam, and I think I made up the pattern, maybe it was from, I don't know, I can't remember. But then I used
a special heel for it,
right? But I think the basic sock was like just something I just made up or whatever, and then the heel is from Mina Phillip from the Knitting Expat, and it is her short row garter stitch heel. So I like how it looks. I really liked it. It was very confusing at first, but then I did a YouTube tutorial that she had. I followed that and I was like, oh my God, that's so great. I love it. It doesn't fit him. Oh, no. It's really like loose and it slides down. He's like me. He has narrow feet and narrow heels, and it slides down and then sits under his arch.
Because there's like no heel flap. Mm-hmm. You could create like a faux heel flap and just do some like ribbing here on the next one to kind of keep it on.
Or maybe even do it on a fewer stitches too.
Yeah, maybe. I'm wondering just to see if that would help keep it up where it needs to be.
He's so bummed. I really like how it looks, and I enjoy doing it, but they don't fit. And I know they won't fit me either. And every time I've done a flap and gusset, he loves it, just like a traditional slip. Stitch heel or whatever.
Right.
So he wants me to knit a new pair.
Have you ever knit him afterthought heel socks too? Because they feel like it's the same construct, like it's the same amount.
I did for Amelia.
I'm just wondering if it's just that it needs more.
It might need more. It might even need. I think she had directions for doing it a little longer, which is maybe what he needs anyway. You know, the afterthought heel fit Amelia okay, but she has a wider overall foot. Mm-hmm. So I think that's the difference. But anyway, they're done and he wears them, but they slide down.
Which is frustrating.
Right. So there they are. And then, just keep going with the kids.
I love this.
So these are Amelia's socks.
They're the cutest thing.
They look so skinny. It's really funny. Okay.
It's so sweet though.
So these are, this is Mustache Yarns in her Pippi colorway. And then the heels and toes are a Cascade Heritage sock in dark purple. I don't know what it is. And I totally just made this up. There's no, I don't know. I think it was 44 stitches. And then I just did the ribbing and for only one color repeat because I don't like when you're doing ribbing and it's self-striping and it's a couple different colors in the ribbing. I don't know why.
I like it when it's like a short repeat with only a few colors. Then I'll do the whole repeat.
Gotcha.
Yeah. You know,
and I do like.
Don't try that with this one because it'll be it's gonna be a lot of ribbing.
Yeah. So I just did that, and then I was trying. Right. She wanted knee socks, so these are knee socks on her. And some of you will probably see on Instagram I had posted because my pen exploded in my project bag. Oh my God. So there's some ink And I did get a lot of suggestions on hairspray and rubbing alcohol and all that. And I was devastated when it happened. And I was going to try those. But Amelia, being the sweet little girl that she is, she goes, Mom, it's really pretty. I don't mind. And I like it. And it makes it prettier. And I was like, okay. Adorable. I said, I'm going to look at just that part every time you're wearing them. But if you're happy, then
I see those. Can we just talk really quick about Stacy's amazing dyeing, though?
Yeah, from Mustache. Oh
my
God.
Look at her colorway. Look how many colors she has.
And then one of them is speckled.
It's speckled. I mean, she's just amazing. I have not ever knit a self-striping yarn from her that I don't like.
No, I love her yarn.
Every single one is beautiful.
Yeah.
And I think I need that colorway now.
This one is really funny because was it last year? No, maybe it was the year before. I had purchased a different colorway from her. And I really liked it. But then when it came, it had too much brown or something in it. And I was like, oh, I don't really know. She has great customer service. And I said,
She's
no,
amazing.
I don't really love that particular part of it. And so she was so kind. And she said, well, just tell me what other colors you like. And I'll see what I might have in stock. And she had Pippi. And I was like, oh my God, Pippi Longstocking. Yes, I'll take it. So
I love it.
That would make me super happy. And I have made myself socks and Amelia socks. There's a little bit left and I don't know what to do with it.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't it crazy too? Like, I feel like her yarn goes for
a lot of mileage. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I love it.
So that's really good. So then, another project. This is the Olive and Jack pattern by the amazing Sarahstevens.
You guys are so pretty.
And this pattern was so fun to knit.
I
love it. And cables I used to be really intimidated by, and I've done a few, but I thought that's not going to be a good on the go project. It totally was a good on the go project. It was so easy, like engaging, but not like enough of something where you're not bored, but then not so hard that you're like, I need to focus on this. Like,
that was actually my first cabled pattern ever, and I think that's actually how we met because I did it for your knit along.
Yep.
I'd never done cables before.
It's a great pattern, and it's so
it's patterns bringing us together.
Written for DK, I believe, and I did worsted. I actually did leftovers from my sweater.
Oh my gosh.
And so this is my farm worsted. Again, in the Huckleberries colorway. So I went down a needle size so that it wouldn't be too big. And it fits perfecally. And see, I won't mess up my hair.
It looks so great with you.
I love it too.
It's perfect. So, super happy.
It's gorgeous.
So I did that. And I probably...
I love that it matches your sweater too. So it's like a little set.
Yeah, it really is. I've been wearing it together.
You need to make some socks now out of the Huckleberry colorway.
Right.
And then you'll have like a total set.
Yes. Okay, I have one more. You can see before I turn them right side out that I have a little bit of something to do on them.
You know, I have been watching videos on how to like weave in your ends as you knit or as you go.
Oh my God.
I don't know how I feel about it because it's not as like neat as when you go in like one at a time and sew them in, but it saves so much time. I'm on the fence about it.
I'll have to look it up. I've never tried, and I don't often do scrappy socks, but I did these. I started these last year, and mostly SeraCraft yarn and A Loops yarn, and they were a mess. So they have two different heels. Okay, because I did the first one and could not remember what heel I did. Now you would think, oh, you can just look at it and figure it out, but at the time I was trying lots of different heels. And I couldn't work out what it was. So one of them is a square heel and one is like a Dutch heel or a round heel. Or clearly I still don't know. But so anyway, there's some little Christmassy, scrappy craziness. And now that it is almost Christmas, if I just weave in the ends,
then you'll have Christmas socks.
And I love how they, like, the scraps coordinate a little bit. Like,
they do. They're not
I've seen some scrappy socks where I'm like, whoa, that is a wide range of colors that maybe should not go together. But somehow you brought it all together.
Well,
like, not to be, you know, I guess scrappy socks are...
Totally... And I'm sorry, I don't remember the colorways of O-Loops. I don't remember, but they were all Christmas colorways, and I don't know that they were ones that she had necessarily in the shop because I asked her to just dye a bunch of Christmas colorways for me for a swap I was doing, and then I looked at them and I had to keep some, and so I did. That's what they are.
That's awesome.
They are very cool.
Okay, I have 2 more of those.
Holy moly!
These are different.
Sanity!
So this is what we get for not podcasting for so long. She's bad enough anyway, but then give her 3 months.
Well, so okay, So I got a sewing machine for my birthday, and I haven't sewn in 15 years, about 15 years. So I decided I wanted to start sewing again. I got 2 patterns from Nicole from Hue Loco, and she has tutorials for free patterns for a Notions pouch and a small project bag. So I did that.
Hue Loco did sewing too.
She did in the very beginning, like when she first started out. She just podcasted, and she did bags, and she did a lot of really awesome free tutorials, like dyeing tutorials and
I've seen
sewing
tutorials.
And then she started to kind of branch out more, and then she was doing kits where she would do like bags and her own yarn, and doing that. That was really fun. And then she just got so stinking big. I think the sewing just kind of went out the window because there's just no time.
But the tutorials are great. And I tried to jump right back in the way that I used to sew, and I was trying to sew really fast and whatever. Can't sew fast anymore because I can barely sew anyway. But so I did a little Notions pouch, and my daughter Amelia has
little trees
stolen it. I don't know really what they are.
Something. They're cute.
I'm not sure. It's super cute. It's like a little quilted bag. My zipper is totally wonky and gets caught, and I don't care. And then it has like a felted inside. It's like I keep turning the wrong way. An unfinished center, and that's how it's meant to be. I finished it, and then my daughter stole it, and she usually keeps her Frozen and Vampirina lip balm in it. So it got taken.
That's adorable.
But I was very excited to finish that, and it feels nice. I think with a little bit more work, I will be able to finish it a little nicer.
This would make like the best back to school like pencil pouch.
Yeah, because you could make it bigger easily.
Ever.
I mean, it was really
But
nice.
it totally fits like DPNs.
Ooh. I can't sew to save my life, so
That's
everything is like
awesome.
miraculous to me. It's the one thing I just can't.
It's a funny thing, so I one of my degrees is in fashion design and merchandising, and I took sewing classes, and I switched over to the merchandising point before I got into the pattern making. So then when I stopped sewing, like I really forgot a lot of the sort of basics. And for me, it was, it needs work, but I was really excited about it. And I was so used to going super fast that I was just like, I'm just going to go. And it was kind of like riding a bike, except it was a different machine. And this machine is way fancier than the one I had when I was younger. And I was like, I have no idea how to use this thing.
I was terrified of it when you sent the photo.
Oh my God. No. I was looking stuff up and like, I don't even know how to do this, but it came out and I'm really happy about it. So I'm just going to keep working on it. And then I did a project bag, which is just a little sock bag or whatever, and I have my
Isn't it adorable?
You can see my little knitty
She did
pin.
an amazing job.
Well, I don't know. Thank you. But see, it's not totally lined up there or here.
I literally did not notice until
and
I still can't even tell.
I didn't notice until I was done with it. And my stitching isn't perfectly straight, but I'm really happy with it.
We are our own worst critics. I think it's gorgeous.
So I think for not, thank you, because I think for not having sewn in 15 years, I'm really proud. And I will say that I did each of them in a morning. I think this one took me like 30 minutes maybe. And then that one
when you use the same.
Yeah, I used the same lining. I think that one took me like an hour maybe.
See, that's the thing that makes me want to sew. Is how quickly you can turn out like gifts and things like that compared to knitting. Yeah. But I get to it and I'm like, it's so complicated, which I know for every craft when you first get started, it seems overwhelming, but I just never been able to cross that.
Yeah, I don't know. It was really fun to get back to do that again. Awesome. I do feel like if I would just slow down and kind of take my time a little more, I would be happier with the result. I mean, I'm very happy, but I see all the imperfections. And kind of, you know me.
I think you're fabulous.
I love it.
But, so that's all.
I love it so much.
Are you sure?
That's all for right now, I think.
Yeah. That's fantastic.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
So we have that. So then, do we want to go to winners or whips? Because you guys...
Do you want to take a break and do winners and then...
Yeah.
Or what are you thinking?
And coffee.
Yeah.
More coffee.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Kayla's like, more coffee?
Yeah. Do you
Yes.
We're going to get more coffee
night.
and we'll be back.
Okay. And we're back.
And we're back. Okay. So we're going to launch into... We're going to do whips now. And one thing, actually my most recent cast on, I decided to knit the Garden of Shadows mitts by Dragon Horde Yarn.
Ooh, that's one of her newer ones?
That's her newer one.
Yeah, one of her newer patterns. And I got it for free. I think she had it as like a special one day. It was like a free pattern. So let me...
Oh, yeah.
So I've started one here.
So pretty.
And I've actually never knit a mitten before.
Ah.
Of any kind. So this was nice to start. It's got this really pretty cable pattern on the front. And my favorite thing ever is the seed stitch palm. I don't know. Something about the texture is just, it's so satisfying. And I'm knitting it out of Malabrigo Finito. I have a bunch of things in here. I got a whole bunch of cute things from Get Your Yarn Wishes Granted. I got these little lotion things from Crystal Skies hand dyed. She sent me a couple little packages, and there's all these different lotions and things.
It's gonna be so pretty.
Those are so pretty.
So
makes me want to knit mittens.
It's living kind of in a plastic bag because my cat decided to taste it. So I went to go wind up the ink, and I got like 6 different balls of yarn here. But I'm making it work. I'm putting it together. And the cool thing is like this only takes, I think she said like 40 to 50 grams of yarn. So I knit my socks kind of on the shorter side.
Me
so
too.
I could totally get like a pair of mitts and some socks out of the same skein. But this one is Malabrigo Finito in the Chispas colorway.
I love that colorway.
I love that colorway too.
This was a gift also. I think in a package swap that I did a few months ago.
It's so pretty.
I love it.
It's a good fall color.
For both men and super
women.
soft.
Nice neutral.
Yeah, I love it.
And I'm knitting them. It's a little bit on the shorter side. I don't like really long mittens. I don't know. I don't know if I went too short though. Like I'm not that much shorter than the pattern calls for, but I don't know how big the thumb is actually going to be. So I could be like way off on this, but I don't know.
Oh, I love it.
I love them. They're so pretty.
They're going to be so
pretty.
All right. So that's whip number 1.
They're gonna be so soft. Okay, whip number 1. I'll just do what I'm working on. I'm working on some shorty vanilla socks in a no real pattern. I think there's 60 stitches on the needles is what I did, and this is Hedgehog Fibers, and I don't know the colorway. I want to say it's Pesto. Actually, I'm pretty confident it's Pesto. But
so pretty.
yeah,
That's a fun color.
It is such a fun color. I started them around Halloween time because I thought they looked like Frankenstein, colors.
Yeah.
So I had planned on having them done, but they're not done. And they're probably not going to be done in time for Christmas, but that would be the next option, but they're just little shorty ones. And I'm using my 2.0 millimeter DPNs from Knitter's Pride.
Are those the carbon?
Yeah.
Carbons. There we go.
Yeah.
I've been looking at getting a new set of DPNs, and I've been staring at the carbons for a while.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to get another set because I like using them lately.
I like how they have just a little bit of texture, and it's just enough grip that I can pull my stitches ever so slightly tighter than if I use the plain metal. Like, and it doesn't feel any different, but it does on...
I see what you mean.
It's just a tiny bit.
Very
but
subtle.
It doesn't create
But the
a
tips
drag.
are nice and smooth.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
Mine are on the same needles.
I've been shopping around. I've had like...
Love it.
So,
more stripe.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So, okay, these are super fun. This is, she's since changed her name, but It was Caterpillar Green Yarns in Canada. Yeah. Now it is Gauge Dyeworks. So, and this is, here's the tag stuff in it. What is it? Merino Twist Fingering Classic Stripe. And this is the Olive Branch colorway with a 28-gram accent skein of brown. Okay, there's a funny story about these things. Okay, so they are a gradient stripe. Okay, so they get progressively darker. Oh. Now, when my friend ordered this for me, because I always miss the updates, and I was like, if you ever catch one, this is what I want. So she got it. I didn't realize that there was a mini skein. I don't know why. Like, I just thought, well, it's a big hank of yarn. Like, okay, so I start winding it, and I'm like, God, this first stripe is like... Yes, I have not been sleeping super well recently. So I was like, this is the longest stripe on the planet. It's 20 grams, okay, of brown.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, I love that so much.
Because I'm an idiot. Okay, so
so something I would have.
All right. So I cut it off right there, and I'm like, what is the deal with this thing? Well, then when I later looked at the tag, I was like, oh, shit, I'm an idiot. So okay. The end of it is this little pink thing that's supposed to separate. Oh my God! Right. Okay. You see where we're going with this? I'm like, okay, that kind of looks fun with that. I wonder where that comes back.
You are my hero.
It doesn't come back. It doesn't come back. It's not part of it. Oh my God.
Oh God, that makes me so happy. I love it.
My husband
I don't feel
so
nearly so bad about it.
All right.
You're the best.
Whoa.
Oh my
needles. Okay. So here is the rest of the mini.
Oh
here is the separator. And here is the whole first sock. All right. So I actually did one of Sarah's patterns for a 6x2 rib. And that one's not released yet.
No, because I'm too lazy. I keep forgetting to put it out. Okay. I'll put it out, guys. I'll do it this weekend. No, I won't do it. I'm not going to say that. I will do it soon.
She'll make no promises when it shows up.
And I'll post about it when she does it also. But so it's that. And then I did just a slip stitch heel, and then I did
a toe.
A rounded toe. I'm playing around to find the thing I like the best. I keep trying different things, and I don't always know what it's called. And the sock architecture book is my friend. Okay, so I'm doing that. So I started the second one, which looks a little different right at the top, but that's fine. These were supposed to be done for fall. Then they were supposed to be done for Thanksgiving Day. That didn't work out, but look how I'm almost at the heel, and they look so
super
scary.
cute,
so awesome.
Thank you. I love them. I love them even with that pink.
That's how you know which one's the left and the right.
I was just thinking that. I'm like, you will forever be like, the pink one's the left foot, right?
And there's so much left.
Wow.
There's so much left. And of course, I had to kind of mess around with where I pulled it from so that I could get them to match. And I think what's going to be left is just the very dark part. But that's fine.
Oh my God, I love it so much.
That was a good belly laugh right there.
That's the best story ever.
I think I'm commiserating with you. Oh my goodness.
The best.
By the way, Birch Grove bag from Canada. I'm obsessed with her bags.
Oh, I love them so much. I need more in my life.
I do too. And she put out Christmas fabrics. And I was
no! I know.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Oh man. I guess I will talk about our Colorwork sweater knit along.
Okay.
I think. Are we good with that?
Yeah.
You go for it. I didn't bring mine because I'm not working on it.
I did not bring this one on vacation with me, so I did not get as much done.
Oh my gosh, I didn't get very much done. Look at that!
It's so pretty.
It is beautiful.
I have officially made it to Sleeve Island.
Oh my gosh, Kayla.
This is my Winter Soul by Jennifer Steingass.
I know, I want to make it too.
I want to make another one already. This went so quickly. I love plus size knitting. Worsted weight is the way to go. It's so cozy. I tried it on. It is like the warmest thing I have. It is so nice.
I love it.
It's stunning.
It's really beautiful.
The pattern is so easy. The only thing I will say is I do not like color work with 3 colors in the same row. I think I mentioned that last time. I still haven't found a perfect method, except I like to trap my floats a lot, and I had to, in order to make that work, I had to relax on that a bit and let my floats get a little longer and just...
That's why I put my Birkin down, because I got to the point where it's 3 in a row. And if we don't have a bright light on at night, that the gray and the yellow of the hayloft, when it's not really bright, I can't tell the difference. So I couldn't figure out where I was, and I was too tired to turn a bright light on. So I didn't do it, so I just put it down.
Yeah, the 3 colors, it's no joke. It is not for the faint of heart. And I still haven't, like I said, I still haven't found like a perfect method, but I made it work. Thankfully, in the whole pattern, there's like maybe 3 or 4 rows that you have to do that on. So it's really not that bad. Yeah. I've heard things about like the throwback that's tripped a lot of people up, but it's so worth it. I've seen so many. I want to knit a throwback too. Because
I do darn to knit a throwback.
I didn't want to do it, and then you and I were talking about it. And then, you know, Renee from On Around?
Yeah.
She did 2 of them. What? She's like, okay, she must have elves. I don't know. She's the fastest knitter. She knit them so fast in under a month.
I think some people just have magical powers. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But she did one as a pullover.
I don't have time for that.
That's how I'm going to do it, as a pullover. Because I don't like when the buttons
out with
don't
the pullover version.
Is she?
I had heard that. I don't know.
Okay.
But that's what I like
when there's
pullovers.
no buttons. And I know that I could adjust it and put buttonholes or whatever, but I don't like cardigans just being open and flappy. I don't like that at all. And it will drive me crazy all the time. So I thought, I'm just going to do it. And she did write she being Renee still, wrote a post on her blog about how she adjusted the pattern to make it a pullover. Yeah. So I'm going to look at her notes. Okay.
That's really smart.
Not right now, because I'm working in too much. But
yeah, I would want both versions, because I wear sweaters, I wear cardigans at work all the time that don't have buttons, because I don't like when they clack against things when I'm doing things. But
yeah.
Anyway.
Makes sense.
Okay, well, yeah. What yarn did you use for that?
Oh, this was the one we had spoken about last time. It's it was a gift. It's commercial yarn. I think when I knit this again, I want to use probably like my classic worsted, or I don't know. I might be able to get away with my new Aran base on this. They're so close. Like, let me grab. I think I have a skein of it. My new pillow base is amazing, and I don't like to do my own horn.
No, I'm excited to see. I know you were talking about it.
But I brought a skein of it. I was thinking about making a hat.
Yes, please.
It is so soft, and I'm like, oh.
That is a really pretty
didn't get
color.
to put anything on the back.
It's beautiful. That's like the perfect grassy green.
That's my pine colorway that I got right now.
Look at that. Oh, it's so pretty. I love it.
I'm even thinking about maybe that color too. I don't know. I really like this very neutrally thing I've got going on over here, but
I want to knit it in like a black with like gray and white at the top. Like, wouldn't that be so pretty?
It would be pretty.
Yes.
See, I wear very little black. I won't knit black though. I will see it and I'm like, oh, that's pretty. I would never knit something with black because I hate black knitting.
Yeah, it's hard
to see. I
like
black. Most of my wardrobe.
This is the
black.
first black. Yeah. These leggings are the first black I've worn in.
See, and I wear black to work all the time, so that would be like an easy staple work outfit
for sure.
Because working where I work, you have to like have nice clothes, and it's really hard to. And I don't like to fuss with it in the morning. Right. So like if they all just kind of fit in the black, white, gray,
neutral
category, then it's like I can just grab 2 things and go with
and
it.
They all go together,
right?
Like the capsule wardrobes.
Yes.
I love those.
We started doing kind of that.
Yep. Yeah, we did. I didn't get very far.
I went on this huge
I'm
like
not a big
no
finisher
knitting
lately. As far as I keep talking about wanting to like. I'm doing all right. We talked about menu planning. I've been okay with that. I have other projects I want to be working on. Guys, I need to not do so much at a time and I would get more done.
Yeah, I understand that. Okay. Yeah, we've been organizing our lives. So
I need to. I have not had time, but I think I've made the decision that in a few days I'm going to close the shop for the winter and just get myself back to a good, like, completely organized place. Yeah. Like, I think a mental health vacation.
Yeah. No, I've been thinking about doing the same thing just because, too many things going on.
Right.
Okay, so I'm working on Guthrie. Okay, really it's also by Caitlin Hunter. And I am using Malabrigo Rios in the Purpurus colorway. And then I'm using the Primavera colorway.
I'm still so in love with this combo, and I would never have picked it out at the store.
I wouldn't have either. But then seeing it together, it's ridiculous. I love it.
Is where I'm at. So I haven't gotten very far. I like obsessively worked on this for like I got this all done in like 3 days or something crazy like that. It was super fast. And then I had to put it down for something. I don't even remember what I put it down for. And now I just cannot wait to pick it back up. Actually, I was thinking about picking it up tonight. 'Cause I would love to wear this.
Yeah.
Like
I love
it.
It's so pretty.
And I love the way the two contrast. But they play together so nicely, but you can still see it. Yep. Yep. And it's so much fun. Like, such a fun knit. And it looks more complicated than it is because with the variegated and then the tonal, it appears as though you're using more colors than you really are. Like, it's just two shades. Yeah, it's just two different colors.
It's like the magic combination right now. Like, I'm loving every pattern I see where it pairs a tonal with it.
Yeah.
With the variegated.
I love it so much.
And another pattern that I really had no interest in until I saw you knit it. And
right.
So I think I'm just doing what all the cool kids are doing.
Yeah.
And
I've been talking about plans. I think what I would like to do, I'd like to knit this, and I think I would like to do like a navy blue as the main color where you have the purple, and then as the color work like a variegated kind of aqua and teal sort of
stunning
thing.
That would be stunning.
I think it'd be super good, and it would go with
it would go with your wardrobe.
You know.
Yeah.
So that's my plan, but you know.
Oh yeah. I love it. You need to jump on it. Like, well, as soon as possible because it is such a fun knit.
I don't know when that's gonna happen.
It's so good.
I had to fold this down because I should just print a new copy of this pattern, but there's so much writing and then there's chocolate ice cream that was spilled on it, and I just. Oh God. Okay, so this is what I'm working on, the Zweig, you guys, and I've been working on this forever. And I put it away for a long time, and I just picked it up because, like I said a little earlier, I blame Megan from that. So I haven't gotten that far.
Oh, goodness.
But so stinking
I'm really excited about it, though. I thought, oh, how fun would that be to have it for Christmas? No, it's never going to happen, but it was a good idea.
You didn't mean this Christmas, right?
I did.
She was trying to help you out,
right? Next Christmas, I will wear this sweater. No, I don't know. But I have my little Santa gnome from, there he is, from Christy at Sugar Tots. And then, what am I using? These are a US 5, and this is the Zings. These are the Zings, which is also, for you metric people, 3.75 millimeter, because I can't ever remember. And then my colors are my yarn. This is Blue Mountain and Hyacinth. And so I'm loving it, and I really want to wear it.
They play so well together.
Right?
I want a shawl in those colors, I think.
Yeah, I really like them together. I'm really happy with
or
how
even
they
the
turned
sweaters.
out. So, yeah, so I just started picking that up again. I haven't gotten that far, I guess. I'm doing the lace part. But I'm really happy about it.
I love it. I have a Zweig on my list, too, but I don't know. I just don't know. Like 2 sweaters a year for me is probably good.
Do you care if I go next? Just keeping with the...
Do it. I don't really have that much more, so...
Okay, so in my brand new bag from Stephanie of the Rusted Stitch. She's so stinking sweet.
Oh.
Okay, here's her card.
It looks so squishy. I want to...
The Rusted Stitch. And it's her drawing up cozy bag, and she just came out with this. And it has this awesome little handle. And then, yeah. She's awesome.
I have to touch it.
Yeah. Now, for those of you who don't know about Stephanie, she takes old sweaters and she recycles them.
So cool.
So they're all like one of a kind type?
Yeah. Isn't that great?
That's sad because I actually want one of these.
Yeah. So cozy.
You're like, that's so cool, but not
I'm
cool
sure
enough.
there's plenty. Oh. And it's a good size. It's very
awesome.
generous.
It's so great.
Is your sparkly cabled bag one of hers?
Yep. And so is my pink one.
Ah, okay.
Yep. Where's my credit card?
That is so
Apparently,
cool.
I went shopping at Target.
Are your numbers just showing? You may edit that.
Oh,
I'm gonna blur it out.
So. Oh, they might have been.
Okay,
Yeah,
if
you
you
might
see
have
your
to
numbers,
edit that.
then you should edit
Sarah
that
gets
part
hacked after this episode.
Oh my god.
Okay. Anyways, so here I am with my Zwig. Now,
It's so pretty.
Oh my god.
all I have to do is finish that stupid
You
sleeve.
have to finish it. Do you think I should do this texture?
Yes, it makes it go so much faster. I love the texture. I think it makes the sweater.
It makes
It's
me
so
feel like
pretty.
I don't have so much to do because looking at it, I feel like I have a lot, but I don't really have.
You don't.
much.
It's a 1/1 cable essentially. Like,
I mean, on this part because I'm, like up here.
oh, got it.
But yeah, okay.
It makes it
I
go
like
by
how
so
it
much
looks.
faster.
I just, my lazy side thinks I should do stockinette, but then am I stuck in stockinette hell?
That's why I would say do the texture. It makes it go by so much faster.
Yeah, that's what happened with this thing. That's why. I
I'm
forgot.
Sorry.
She's comfortable now. Let's just face it. Yeah, so I have, here we are. Literally, 2 repeats left,
Oh
friends.
my goodness.
And then ribbing. It makes
You
no
should
sense.
do that. You should work on that tonight
This is
instead of
probably
the
what I
guthrie
should
because then you'll have.
You'll
And I
feel
should just
so
be
much
done.
better when you finish something.
Yeah.
You're gonna be
and then you can wear it
I know.
for Christmas. You can have a Christmas sweater.
I love
See,
it
that's
so
what, maybe
much.
I'm saving myself for this one. I was gonna dye my own base for mine, but
I love it. So
It's
I'm using
perfect.
Madeline Tosh Merino Light in the Whiskey Barrel colorway. And then I used my Hogsmeade colorway.
which is what I'm wanting to.
Yeah.
I'm trying to copy you without copying you,
Actually,
but I might
my
just end up
Kayla
copying
yarn.
you.
I haven't even given you your yarn
Oh, I have not had time. do not worry about it.
Oh my god. So funny.
I'm still working on the worsted weight one, okay?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, I love it. So I think you should do the texture.
Okay,
It's gorgeous.
I probably will.
Okay, that's it.
I'm gonna at least try it, and then if I don't like it, I'll just. But I think
Still
I'll like
black.
it. I've seen
I
both
think-
versions. I feel like the plain one. I don't know. I don't like it as well. I like that bit of texture. So
And I
we'll
think
see.
this would make it feel faster for sure.
Yeah, it really, really
'Cause
does.
that's what killed me on this guy. Oh,
Yeah.
the stockinette.
Yeah.
It's so much because I think that was what I was working on when I saw Sarah make her Sunset Highway short sleeve, and I was like, yes, I'm doing that.
I know.
Good idea.
I thought about you guys as I was doing my sleeves. I'm like, they made these short sleeves.
Yes, for real.
Oh my god! But I would love to make another one of the Sunset Highways and do long
It is-
sleeves because
yeah.
I love that detail. But yeah,
Right, and I love the long bit of ribbing here at the bottom. I think, I'm just
So good.
so nice.
What else are you working on?
I think I just have one more, and this was something I cast on vacation way back when we did that yarn swap between the 3 of us. And I decided, I'd been playing around with what I wanted to do, and I decided to knit a shawl with all 3 of them. Oh no, and I didn't bring the pattern. Okay, so this is, I've already caked them up and they've been in the bag and they've been traveling, so forgive their messy appearance. But this is SeraCraft yarn on her everyday fingering in confetti.
love that.
And this is Graceland wool in Sleepovers and Secrets. It's a gorgeous pink with gold and
It's really
Yes,
funny
I
to
love
me
that.
how well they go together.
Yeah.
right, yeah. And so then
'Cause
and
we had
this
no
one,
idea.
No.
yeah, it was a complete mystery. And then they all ended up kind of coordinating. This one here was mine. I think I called it Fiber Friends or the Best Friends.
You did.
It was
I
a
have
one
plans
pot
for that.
wonder, but yeah. So I decided to do them all together, and I am doing the Drifter by Tammy Gore. Which what I love about this pattern, and I feel like I'm going to knit more than one, is that she gives you the option of a 2-color or a 3-color shawl
Oh, fun.
in the same pattern, so you get both of them at the same time.
Okay,
I'll
I
have
like
to look
that.
it up.
And they're
I've not
both
seen it.
gorgeous. But I've started it here. That's all.
Oh my gosh.
It's
My
so
husband was
pretty.
very confused. I've never knit a shawl in front of him before. Actually, I don't think I've ever knit a shawl. I've crocheted them, but he thought I was knitting underwear.
That's what my husband
He's
says
like,
too when he sees
I was Thanksgiving,
like,
and he's like, are you
so
knitting a G-string? It's like, oh so, no, it's the beginning of the song.
It looks like it. It's the best. Oh my gosh.
I'm like, yes, it's going to be all the rage. Everyone is going to want one. Yeah, and I'm really enjoying it. Like, I haven't made too much progress, but I'm excited, and I will definitely show it off next time when I get more done on it.
Very nice. I love those together.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
We couldn't have planned it better, I don't think.
So, let's see. Okay, my next... If I can get separated. What is that? Oh, aha. Okay, so my next project first, I can show this now because all of my people have opened it now. So this little project bag was part of the 2018 SeraCraft Advent Calendar. And I had Amber from Vanna and Bean make them, so they're super cute little bags. And then they have this buffalo plaid inside. And
oh my goodness.
I'm really excited. So I have that, which I've been using and trying to hide. And and then I'm knitting Christmas socks out of, this is the Cozy Knitter, just Christina in Canada, because as you all know, I love all the Canadian makers. And the colorway is called Viva Italia. And so it is a very messed up cake, but that is the cake. It's well loved. And then there's a mini skein in so red that goes with it. It's on her bliss base. And so I'm just knitting a vanilla sock. And it's just a 64 stitch sock with a 1x1 rib. And then I don't know. I wasn't measuring. And then I did a drop stitch heel and or a flap. And then I did a square heel. So that's the first sock. And another thing that I wanted done by Christmas.
You know what?
Yeah, I can wear one Thanksgiving sock and one Christmas sock.
There you go.
There you go.
Oh my god.
Perfect.
Okay, so that's what I'm working on.
I wanted to knit all kinds of Christmas gifts this year. I haven't knit a single one.
I'm not knitting Christmas gifts.
I haven't even started.
I thought about it like for a second, but because I'm a selfish knitter. And apparently very undecided on what I can work on. And so I'm not doing that.
I don't think there's anything wrong with being a selfish knitter.
At all. No.
You know that the recipient is going to appreciate all your hard work.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh my
so
goodness.
that's all right. So anyway, that's the bulk of what I'm working on.
Do you have something else? Three more things.
I have one other thing.
Four more things to show.
I did bring over the night shift shawl, but I'm not going to show it because I haven't gotten far and I think I'm changing my colors.
Okay. Do you have anything else?
I just have 2 different scrappy blankets.
Okay. I have 2 blankets also and then a pair of socks.
Okay.
You want to talk about your socks?
So, and then
you go. And I'll just show this other sock when you guys are done.
Okay.
Or whatever.
This sock is really funny. I have this sock done. Okay.
So pretty.
Now, is that a pattern or is it?
Yep, it is my pattern.
Oh.
And I forgot what I named it, but there is that. Here we are.
Show note.
Do you see that? All I have to do is kitchen those stupid things.
You could have a new sweater and new socks by the end of the weekend. Well, no.
So,
okay.
This is super frustrating. Like, why did I stop there? Why did I do that?
Okay, so your homework is to go home and finish this.
Yeah, I think I started this at Easter. Look at the peak.
I could have kitchenered it for you while we were sitting here.
Oh my god.
Okay, get that done.
Pretty. Look
and
at
then
this.
By next weekend, finish your
Isn't
sweater.
that so pretty?
It's pepperwood. That's the pattern.
Pepperwood, right.
Pretty. Yeah. So, and then this is just my yarn, and not a colorway that I can repeat because I don't know what it is.
It's beautiful. That's what it is.
So yeah,
I swear I didn't add anything to our coffee. We're just over the 2 feet.
I don't know.
I think we're just so excited to finally all be in the same place and doing what we love.
Every single time we do this, I'm like, why don't we do this more often? And then we have like this stupid 2.5 month hiatus.
I know.
I'm
sorry. It was mostly my fault.
No, it really wasn't. I overslept this morning. Like, it almost didn't happen again. Like, I called Sarah, or I texted Sarah at 9:45. I was supposed to be here at 10. I'm like, I just woke up.
Don't worry, we'll set up. Just bring yourself. Get here.
I know. Thank goodness for you guys. This is in my little Sugar Tots bag. And I love these little sock size bags for socks.
It's so cute.
She does such a good job. And I truly love this little pull tie. Like, it's just suede, and she does it on all of them, like some sort of thing. But I love having that little bit.
Yeah, me too.
Because
I need to do that on this.
You need to. Yeah. Because it's just,
I've been putting charms on mine.
I broke one of mine off, though. And it was just like something I had made, from a charm I had gotten somewhere. But I pulled it, and it just came apart, and then
Oh. That's frustrating. That's super frustrating.
Yeah.
Okay, so all I have left is, as far as knitting / crocheting, is 2 blankets.
Same.
Oh, okay. I have one sock.
Okay, so let's see your sock.
Okay, so this one I haven't worked on in a little bit because, I've been doing other things. Okay, but I like it. I haven't had it that long, I suppose. Okay, there's no pattern information. Okay, this is the Morning Coffee Socks by Kay from the Crazy Sock Lady.
I love it.
She also has a new knit pattern out. Which one is it? Like
and a new shawl the new
shawl
shawl pattern hasn't been released. It will be soon. It was out for testing. She showed pictures today. So, Western Sky Knits is the yarn, and the colorway is Pretty Bird, which is their twinkle sock. And I haven't gotten far. I was gung-ho about them, but then I got distracted by stripes, and I don't know. And I'm trying
Is that with Stelina? I can't.
Yes. Yeah.
It looks like a silver Stelina.
Yeah.
And it's almost a little hard to see the stitch pattern on this. Well, not in a good light. But anyways, it's really great textured sock. I am trying Haya Sharps again, but I don't like Haya Sharps. But
I love them so much.
I know.
So
I should just give them to you. I also have a Haya Sharp DPN, like a size 0 or 1, but they're really, really long. I accidentally got like the 8-inch
ones.
I hate them. If you'll use them, I should just give them to you.
I totally use them.
So this is the yarn in the messy cake, and it's so pretty, and I'm really excited. So at some point I'll get back to these, but they're a fun project that I get to. But I did start them, and I was excited.
I love them. I have that pattern. I just haven't started them yet.
Yeah.
So do you want to go?
Sure. I will. Okay, so I've been opening up my advents and going through, and also with the Get Your Yarn Wishes Granted, which I way over, like 3 days of my life disappeared when that happened. I didn't know it was coming, and I saw it on Instagram, and poof, 3 days. But I had so much fun, and I got to make so many new friends, and so a bunch of people have sent me minis and things. So I'm working on 2 different scrappy blankets now. One is my Cozy Memories blanket, which has some of my Advent things. And this was something someone sent me to like sprinkle in my Advent, so I got it. This is gorgeous. That. And she told me, I messaged her to ask her what colorway this was, because this is all I got from it. And I'm like, this is beautiful. It's but so I don't think it's, whoever it was, and I don't remember the name of the dyer, it's not like in stock right now. Like they don't have it right now. So I'm like, oh no. But so I'm making some progress, because I think I only had 3 squares last time.
Yeah, it was something little.
So yeah, I've been trying to add in, when I catch up on my Advent knitting, this is going to get a lot bigger. And then the second blanket I'm working on is a new pattern, and I love it because you're not limited to just like, was it like 4 or so grams in the square. You can use up all of your yarn if you want to. And this is the Northeasterly scrappy
I'm
blanket.
doing this too! Yes!
Yes,
I downloaded it too. I just haven't started it.
Yeah, well, I went through and I was able to use up, I mean, a pretty good chunk of leftover yarn here. I got it started. I'm going to I think tonight I'm going to put this on like a stitch holder or like some spare yarn, and I'm going to try to attach the second row.
Oh.
Because that's how she, it's by Skananigans, I think. Yeah. On, I can see her on Instagram. But it's an amazing scrappy blanket, and it looks kind of like when it's all together, it's kind of like a chevron, arrowy type blanket, but you knit, she said like 5 or so inches, and then you put your rows on like stitch holders or whatever, and then you can keep going as wide as you want. So you don't have to decide right away how long your blanket's going to be. You just, put it on waist yarn or whatever, and
it's
and
all
keep going.
Yeah, and it's finished essentially. Like easy. Like as soon as because you finish the sides.
A lot of people are casting on too. I saw that Danny from Little Bobbins had started it, and a few other podcasters and stuff started it. So
and it's super simple. Really easy to read pattern. She did put out a couple of updates really quickly, like in the first day or so, but I think that's normal.
Oh gosh, it is.
I mean, I don't have much experience, but it just seemed like, but I haven't had any problems so far. I haven't tried to add in the second row yet, but I feel like it's not going to be. She also put out a video tutorial cool. to go with it in case you're confused. But I just love that I can use up all my yarn in a way that looks good, because I personally do not care for blankets where you just knit.
Not necessarily PC over here. Sorry. You can hate.
Yeah, it's okay.
Blankets, like people will just use it at all, but it's all staggered rows, and it doesn't look put together. And I love how this pattern, I think it's going to look like it was meant to be, however it comes out. Like, I'm really excited. So definitely recommend.
Yeah, I'm working on it too. You're way farther along than I am.
I love, what color is that?
Yeah, so Kayla, Sarah, and I are doing like our own little Advent swap, and we like broke up the whole month and divided the days, and then we were all doing like one big skein for the end.
That look on your face, like, huh?
Do I get this?
Yes, you get this.
That's what I'm like.
Yes, you do.
Sorry, I didn't mean to scream into this. This is a different Advent calendar than what we offered in our shop.
I love that color.
So it's just specifically for us. So I will offer some of my colorways in my shop.
I already told her, like, I will have. I think I wrote, just so we're clear, I will get a sweater quantity of this color.
This doesn't ruin it for anybody who has my calendar.
But look at this color. I just started this thing, and I'm kind of obsessed with it. I love it.
It's just really fun to knit up.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Right? Right?
Yes, I know.
Oh my gosh. So we did this little swap, and Sarah was the only good one. Like, first of all, we were super late. And
I was late. I was so
late. Mine is still soaking.
Hey, mine are still like hung because I did not have mini skeins, so I had to dye big skeins. So I have not wound them off. But anyways, there's that, minor details. But anyways, Sarah was on the ball and was able to do that. Totally. And then I cheated and I opened every single day all at once, because I opened the first one. I was like, ooh, I really like that one. And then when we got them on like day 6 or whatever, so on December 6th is when I got mine. And so I was like, well, of course, I'm just going to open the 6 days.
One
and then I was like,
6 at least.
Well, then there was only 2 left. And I was like, am I really going to just leave those 2? Nope.
So we decided to do this split. So I'm doing the first 8 days, and then someone else is doing the next day, and then the next day, and then we all are doing our main skein for the final day. And so that's what
it's so much fun. It's so much fun, and I think I'm so excited. So I was
late. They got the first. Well, you're getting all days today.
So sorry. Yes, I just get to rip into them.
I was going to say,
at the same time.
You're just going to open them all, and then I'm going to have to like hurry up and get mine wound off so you guys can do the next set, because we do things late. So that's just our MO.
I think I had the middle section. I think
so.
I think you did.
Yeah.
This doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It's coming.
I'm just glad to not have to keep the secret anymore.
So I love that you're doing this, and I agree with you, because I plan on using all of my Advents from us 3 to start it. And I know it's going to take me a while, but I actually think that because I have so many other little scrappy blankets going on, I'm going to make this blanket just my Advent blanket. And I'm super excited about that. So, because, you always do an Advent every year.
Right.
I did Harry Potter Advents in the shop this year, and I'm so kicking myself that I don't have one, which makes me really upset. So next year. Next year I'm making my own.
I already have my theme for next year.
Oh, I'm doing Harry Potter again. And I'm doing another one. But I'm not going to spoil the other one that I'm going to do.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to spoil it.
No, I won't spoil it.
I think I'll wait.
Yeah. God, I didn't have a theme this year. My theme was just like Christmas, but I don't know if I should get a theme or not.
Mine was like Cozy Cottage Christmas, which was really fun. I didn't put that in the listing, but that was in my mind when I was making it. And I was thinking that I have this idea for next year, and I'm already starting on it.
No, I think that's great.
Somebody posted theirs for Northbound Knitting. She already posted her 2019 calendar.
So smart though. Like
it is
to
really
get like I really should get in better at that.
Because people were disappointed that they missed out, and so she's like, I'm putting it up ahead of time so everyone can get one if they want to get one, which I think is really great. I don't know how many people are buying a calendar for next year right now, but I like the idea of thinking ahead.
It really does, because
I'd like to start sooner.
I learned so much this year. This is my first year in business. I learned so much about what to do and what not to do, and definitely do not wait on advent calendars in any way. I mean, I felt like I was as prepared as I could be, but now that I kind of know like more of like what to expect, I want to start like in 2 weeks, like making up kits and getting them ready.
Yeah, we were talking about that, like just starting, and I said I'm going to give myself a break, but I figured out like if I do like 2 colors starting in March every week and have like a set amount of this is how many kits there are, then I will be done. Yeah. And they can be shipped out, and then there will be like no stress.
Well, that was my problem because my first year I had no idea how many to expect. Yeah. Like now I'm getting kind of an idea of how many, and I think if I had more pre-made, I would have sold more. Yeah. I hope, but it.
But also just would have felt like it would be nice for when we're doing extras. It would be nice to plan ahead and not. Yeah. To be able to be like, well, I'm going to buy this for the kit at this time of year and then wait a little bit and buy this part. Yeah. And that way you can kind of gauge for, do I have enough extras? Do I need this or whatever?
And then how much should I list it for? Like, did I go over my budget or under my budget? I don't know, like all these things.
Anyway.
Yeah. So, okay. Yeah. Okay, I only have one more.
I only have this out because I'm going to show something I got. Happy Mail.
Okay. It was really exciting. Do you have another blanket, did you say?
No, those are my 2.
Okay, so I'm going to show these really quick. I started making these little squares, and if you guys look back at one of our first couple episodes, you'll notice that I got this set of yarn from Webs. I think it is where I got it.
Cute box.
Yeah, and it was this little box set of like 50 different colors. So one of those little skeins actually makes 2 little squares, crochet squares, cute. And then there's like barely anything left. And I think I'm through like almost half of the colors, like all of them
together.
Goodness. So I found the coolest crochet seaming tutorial ever. And so what I'm going to do is after I get all of these done, I'm going to get a gray from this same, and then I'm going to go around all of them with gray, and then I'm going to seam them together. But I found this really cool tutorial of how to do it, and it looks seamless and there's no bumps.
I love it.
There's like no ridge seaming. It looks like Kitchener for crochet.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah. So I'm really excited about that. I don't think I'm going to have like any placement. I think I'm just going to put all of these like in a bucket, and then after I've gotten the gray on all of them, and then I'm just gonna grab one and seam it and just be totally random.
There you go.
Yeah, that's gonna be beautiful. I really like how
I've heard people doing that. They get like a small bag that they can't see through, and they just reach in and grab.
Yeah, doesn't Kay do that for her Scrappy Sunday? I think she just grabs from them.
I think what I'll do is like separate it and make 2. So like one whole set. So I don't have them next to each other. But other than that, that'll be the only planning.
Yeah, that's a great idea
that I do.
Very exciting.
Nice. And there's not really a pattern. There's not a pattern, you guys. This is just.
They're just a little granny square.
Yeah, just little granny squares. Thanks.
So this is a project I'm going to probably rip out because I'm going to start over. So this is the Night Shift shawl. And the only reason I'm showing it is because I want to show it's cute on it. But I started it by Andrea Mowry, the Night Shift shawl. I started it and then I decided to change my colors because in that get your yarn wishes granted, somebody was offering up hand spun, and I don't know her name or if she'd want me to mention it, so I won't say, but she sent me this hand spun. It's this beautiful purple.
It's gorgeous.
And as you guys know, I love purple. So now this has to be part of my night shift shawl because it reminds me of that spin cycle.
Oh, it's beautiful.
You know, and so it'll be so pretty. I don't want to buy spin cycle, but this was my start. So now I think I'm going to take that aqua turquoise out and switch the order so that because I like that with it, but now that aqua teal color is kind of bright in comparison to everything else, so I'm not sure. But what's cute on here is Amanda from I always want to say her name, Itty Bitty
Delights,
because I always want to say Little Bitty, but it's Itty Bitty, right?
Actually, I think it is Little Bitty Delights.
Oh crap, Amanda!
No,
it is a horrible person.
Yeah. Little Bitty.
Used to be the teal knitter, and she's in Colorado, and of course,
know this by now. I'm pretty sure.
Okay,
I think it's Little Bitty.
Yeah,
I think it's
Little
an
Bitty.
L. I think it's an L. When
I think it is too. Little Bitty.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm so sorry, Amanda. Okay, she does this really cute set from the If You Give a Mouse a Cookie book series for kids. So she did the If You Give a Knitter a series. So we love those books.
Love that.
So this is the cupcake.
Oh my gosh.
So cute. Okay.
She's so awesome.
And then it's the sprinkles to go with it.
Oh my gosh.
That's so cute. And then do one of you have the book Hook handy? And then she did the If You Give a Dog a Donut series too, and then we had the book hooks, and so that was some of the Happy Meal.
Oh my gosh,
so cute! It's so cute. So, and Kayla, just plug your ears for a minute. I had her make these special for us. They're not available in her shop right now. They will be next year. Or something similar next year. But this is a peppermint mocha charm, and she made it
really loud. It's not working.
I know.
And Kayla's like, I've got to edit this. I'm going to hear it anyway.
You open your advent first. So these she made just for us, and they're little progress keepers, and so
I love it so much.
It's really cute. Anyway, so that was my Happy Mail from her, and I'm really excited about it.
That is so awesome.
I love that.
I'm going to go home, you guys, and I'm going to pull out all my Christmas bags and all my Christmas charms. I'm feeling like so inspired and excited. I got my yarn from Kayla. Look at this yarn, guys.
It's so pretty.
This is gorgeous. Is this still in pre-order in your shop? Or did you take it down?
Be, right now the shop is on vacation mode just because I had to catch up with Black Friday things. I will be having these up this week for like a day or two at most, and then they're going to be gone for the season because I'm tired.
So snag it while you can because this is phenomenal.
By the time this comes out, it'll probably be, like I'm thinking Friday or Saturday is going to be just like a one-day deal. Mm-hmm. So you'll have a couple days notice, but I'll talk on Instagram about it.
Yep, snag it because this is my Christmas.
Well, you guys inspired this one. We collaborated a little bit. They inspired
it so much.
So I think that's everything, right?
I do have one big thing that I want to talk about that's not knitting related.
Okay.
And I do want to talk about it. So my mom,
and then I have this,
and then you have that. Yeah. My mom came and visited.
Oh my goodness!
And so my mom is a rug hooker and has recently started needle punching as well. And she brought with her some supplies. So I'm going to show the little one first. And I just want to talk about it for a second because I don't think that here, at least in the Pacific Northwest area, that this is something that people do that often. I don't think it's a craft that is as well known.
Yeah.
No, I don't know it.
And so,
I mean, I've heard of it, but I don't.
Yeah, rug hooking is a very old traditional art, really, and it's by taking strips of felted wool. And you can buy machines that will cut this felted wool into strips. And here we go. There's a couple of them. And they look, I'll just take one out, like this. Just a very thin strip. And you use linen, a linen fabric, actually.
Is it like this?
Yep. It looks like burlap, but it's not. It's actually linen. And you draw your design on it. Now this specifically came from Deanne Fitzpatrick Studios. Let's see, www.hookingrugs.com. And so these are patterns that you can purchase, and this is one. It's a big shell. So pretty. And essentially, you take your linen. You don't have to have any sort of design already done. And my mom makes these. You can buy these, or she makes these herself. And this,
oh wow,
is what you stick it on.
That's so crazy.
And you stretch the area over that you're going to be working on. And then you put this back. Nice. Oops, sorry. On here. Let me see back a little bit. Okay. Then you have what you're going to be working on. And using these strips and just a simple hook, it actually looks like a crochet hook, but it has a nice hefty handle at the end. You slowly pull the wool up from underneath into little loops and just create this whole, I wish I would have brought a final one.
Right.
So that's one way of doing it. And because that one's a little fiddlier, she taught my daughter how to needle punch. And so it's using the same idea. So this is a bigger frame. And in that, there should be a little box. Yeah, you can buy these punch needles. And this is the Oxford punch needle. I've got 2 sizes in here. And here we go. The reason why I'm so excited about Caitlin getting into this as much as she is because I have a lot of scrap yarn, and you buy your punch needle to fit your size. And she's already made me like hot plate pads and everything.
Oh my goodness.
She's made like 3 of them. She's making this Christmas one for my dad, actually. It's in the shape of a, my mom drew this one. It's in the shape of a stocking, and then it has a snowman on it. But you have these needle punches, and when you feed the yarn through, this is what it looks like without. This is one of the smaller sizes. This is the size that you would use with like a fingering weight yarn. Okay, this one's the larger size. This is what you would use with a worsted. Now you can double the yarn over. So looks like this. And you essentially take this and punch. I'm going to do it over here so I don't mess her stuff up. You are essentially, let's get it down in here first. I can't get it started. You're supposed to start from the bottom and like pull it up. But anyways,
so crazy.
It's okay. You essentially are taking this, and I'm not going to do it. You're punching it in and it pulls it out. But you have to first put your yarn in here. So anyways, I'm showing you this because it also is just a really cool thing. This is actually the bottom.
I was going to ask you, so then that,
So you, for rug hooking, what you see up here is the top, is the finished product. With needle punching, the finished product is actually what's underneath. And so you can see it creates all of these little
nice
loops.
Fluffy.
That's so neat.
And this is what is the hot pad. And so you draw for needle punching, you draw your pattern on the wrong side and use that, so it'll come out reverse. So you have to remember that, right? But so she ran out of red, and so she grabbed orange. But I think it's awesome.
I think it's cute.
She's doing a great job. And it's just a really fun other way to use up your scrap yarn.
Right.
Yeah, it is. Just another firework.
And it's so easy because once you get it going, like you're just punching the needle in. It's something that kids can do.
It's super neat.
It's so much fun. So
that's cool.
I just wanted to talk about that really quick because it's something different.
Yeah.
Than what, you know.
I'm already imagining like all like the household decorations I could make with like.
Like my mom has made me lots of rugs and stuff and hot plates for the table out of rug hooking, but she just recently started the punch needle, and I can understand why you would be so obsessed over it. Like, it's
totally.
just super cool. So I just want to talk about that really quick.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to.
That's
Right?
really
I want to
fun.
start new crafts.
Really fun. Like I need another.
Oh my goodness.
But it was, for me, it was like, you know, that was like another way to use up your scraps that aren't a scrappy blanket, because how many scrappy projects can you use? And if you just had and did like no pattern at all and just punched in your scraps to make a hot plate,
Yeah.
I mean, it's perfect.
That's really cool. I like it.
It seems like it would be very relaxing. Like I'm already imagining myself just like
table runner, everything, like all of these little things. Like
you could do like you draw leaves on it and stuff, and then do this like fall runner.
Now, how big can you like piece sections together and make like a big rug? Or
you just do the linen as big as you want, and you can do whatever you want on it. So like, she started this one.
Oh wait, it's backwards, right?
Yeah. Well, so because it's punch needle. It's this.
So pretty.
This is the pattern, and then this is what it's starting to look like.
oh my goodness.
And for us, this will be a giant hot pad to put on the table, but she's doing it. And some of the cat got a hold of it, so I'm gonna have to trim these, but they're just trimmed. It's not a big deal.
So then, do you leave the linen, or do you like cut? Like, how does that work?
So after you're done with this, you finish it. So you can either sew it down, or you can just use like duct tape essentially and finish the edges. Then you put another piece of backing on, and then you briefly stitch it on, and then you use yarn and you whip stitch all the way around the edges, and it finishes it. So once it's all the way done.
That's super cool.
So awesome. I wish I would have brought one of her finished ones, because she's just been loving this. Like, it's just a fun little craft for her to do. Yeah.
I love it.
And I love that her and my mom get to really share that. Like, that's something, like, even though that my mom lives in Tennessee and they don't really see each other very often, like, that's something that they're, like, able to connect with.
I love about
so cool.
crafting. It brings generations together.
It's so great.
It does.
Oh my goodness.
So, that was it. That's all I wanted to share.
Okay. I love it. So we have 2 giveaways to announce. Okay, so I had to redraw the winner from episode 2 because I didn't hear back.
Yep.
So the let's see. This one was for the candy corn bag by Fate's Threads. Okay,
one of my favorite bag makers, and she is from Washington. She's over by Seattle.
Oh right, yes, she is. And then the Soul Robber mini skein from me. And so the winner is Tora Maria. So that one, if you want to email me at SeraCraftYarn@gmail.com or SeraM, SERAM, on Ravelry, or get a hold of me on Instagram or something, and let me know that you saw this, and then I can mail that out to you. So that's one. And the other one is for this beautiful sock set from Lydia from Oloops Yarn.
Amazing.
So in that we decided was not we decided, Sarah told me because I didn't know, was a Harry Potter inspired colorway. Which, knowing Lydia, I should have known that in this time of year. However.
Speaking of which, I need to get her a package. I have a prize for her Harry Potter cowl.
Oh!
And I totally forgot until it's done. It's sitting in my office right now. I need to send it to her.
Yeah.
So she donated this,
good.
And it's called Do You See What I've Become, in her Ascot base, which is an 80-20 superwash merino and nylon blend. And so the winner for this one, we had a thread on Ravelry, and the winner is number 48, which is Very Crafty, and that's Anne from Louisiana. So if you want to get a hold of us, we had asked your favorite Halloween movie or tradition, and she said that she liked all of the Michael Myers Halloween series.
Oh, wow.
She loves Carrie, and she's like, I'm that person. I like all the really scary stuff.
Hey, I am with you.
I am that
I
person too.
love them.
So you're gonna win this, Anne. So you can get a hold of us same way. Sarah M on Ravelry or Instagram or whatever.
Claim these prizes, or I'm going to steal them,
Right.
and it will be gone.
Yeah.
So just let me know that you guys have seen this episode, and I will mail those out as soon as I hear from you.
Now, don't we have a sock thread one to pull?
Yeah, we
Do
have.
Do you remember how many numbers were in that thread?
No. can look.
Do you want to look really quick?
You guys check, and I will talk about.
You talk about that.
Y'all figure that out. So I won a contest. It was a naming contest by my good friends Kim and Jazzy. They're a mom and daughter duo of Driftwood Farms Yarn and Candle Co. And now they're doing fiber. And I got to name this. Oh my gosh, what did I name it? Agate, I believe is what. Yes. Oh my gosh, I need more coffee in my life. So, but. I am in love with this, and she was so sweet when she found out, or when she told me I won. She's like, I know you don't spin. She's like, I could dye this up in yarn for you, and I'm like, yes.
I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
And I was like, no. Like, I want to learn how to spin. I'm like, so just send it, because and I just got my first drop spindle, and so I'm really excited. And they were so sweet. They actually sent practice.
That is
fiber
so cool.
for me, both merino, bamboo, and nylon, and then 100% superwash merino, so that I can practice before I start on this, because that's the anxiety I would have. It's so beautiful. I wouldn't want to mess it up.
It's so pretty. I love it.
This is absolutely beautiful. And
I was so jealous when I saw that. I'm like, yes, I need to learn to spin so that I can order that.
That will be our next thing. That will be our next adventure.
2019, spinning.
We're going to start working on some spinning.
I banged on the table. I was so excited.
It's okay. I screamed into the mic over the advent yarns.
Oh, you guys are going to hate us. Okay. So so for 2019, that's what we should do. And we picked, so we have a sock thread on Ravelry, and we picked, we're picking quarterly winners for finished pairs of adult socks, right? Yes. And so we haven't picked in a while. So here we go. So the winner is,
and I did random.org. I don't even know if you can see it.
I can't see it.
I promise. Well, you know what? I'm not lying. Let's just.
You just did it. You saw her reaction.
So it was post number 46. We had 76 entries, and post number 46 won. Mm-hmm. And so it's. Oh, guys!
You want to say, because you're so excited.
It's hot pink socks, right?
Oh, and you can scroll over. Those socks are really super cute.
How do I scroll over?
Yeah, just like that. Those.
Oh my goodness!
She's one of us. My dear friends. So, she also is the maker behind the Rusted Stitch.
Right, Stephanie. You know what? It's so funny because I didn't quite connect, but like I know the name, and then I know Stephanie. I know Rusted Stitch. And I just
right?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
We're doing that 24 days of cheer swap or whatever. So, so Stephanie, contact.
Not
somebody.
that we don't already have a date to talk tonight, anyways, about what we're doing, but remember to contact me about that. And then you win a pattern of your choice, and I will throw in something extra because I think you have all my sock patterns.
Excuse me.
So we'll figure it out.
So yay! Yeah. So it's very exciting. Yay. Okay. And then we have...
Oh my goodness. And then we have also from Driftwood Farms, they sent us some merino cashmere nylon as a giveaway.
And I'm going to steal it so you can't win it.
Beautiful color, and it's called The Road Less Traveled.
Oh, it's the perfect
name.
Pretty.
Oh my gosh. It's beautiful greens and
that
blues.
Ochre
and
green
black.
is stunning. Oh, it's like a... Oh gosh.
It's so pretty. So like, I do not want to get rid of this. I want to keep it forever. But I will share. Oh, and there's some hints of like, there's like purples. So many. I love when I receive their yarns because there's always so much depth of color. Like they've got so much going on, but it's not overwhelming. Like they're so talented. So definitely, even if you don't win, like please head over. They have beautiful, beautiful stuff in their shop. So definitely go check them out. They are on Etsy, Driftwood Farms, Yarn and Candle Co. on Etsy. So,
yeah. So this is for today. And I have an idea for a prompt.
Okay, yeah.
Ooh. I think that we should, since we were just talking about spinning, we should say maybe have a Ravelry thread to win this, and you should tell us what you would like to learn to do new in 2019.
Oh, I love that.
That's great.
Because, I'm thinking we'll be able to record in January.
We're going to make it happen.
We're going to try.
Yes.
Well, so
we need to set a solid date.
I think I have a date in mind. We'll talk after. But, so that will be for that. So I'll open a thread before this goes live, and then that will be what you can tell us. It'll be exciting.
I'm so excited.
So
okay. So this is it for grabs, guys. So head over to Ravelry and make sure you enter and let us know what you would like to learn to do that's new in 2019.
And it's an MCN, guys.
It is. Yeah. It's so soft. It is ridiculous.
I love her little tags.
They're so generous, and I've had a working relationship with them for a while. And they're phenomenal. Like, not even just because I like them as a person, but just quality work.
Yeah, that's beautiful. So, okay, anything else? I think that's
finally it.
So
so
now we ran a little long, but we're gonna
cut a little for that coffee.
We'll trim it down a little bit, so it'll be fine.
The credit card thing and the coffee making video.
I know.
Okay, so well, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes,
absolutely, and thank you for your patience. It took a lot to get here, but we're here, and we're gonna try to be a little bit more diligent about recording on time. But
figure it out. Talk about the book.
What happened?
We did. Well, one quick thing. Okay. Wait, two quick things. All right. First is because I'll forget the other one. So real quick, we still have an amazing prize for our 500 subscriber giveaway.
Oh, yes.
So if you guys would be interested in trying to win that, we would love to have you share, like, subscribe to our podcast, tell your friends, and then we'll win that amazing package from Lydia from O-Loops and Amber from Banana & Bean. And then also, because we've been asked, and we're so sorry, the book club. We're totally falling behind on that. We all read The Winter People. It's been so long, I can't discuss it in depth. However, I love that book, okay?
I think it was one of my favorites. I got hooked from the very beginning.
Me too.
I read it, and then now I'm starting to listen to it, which is kind of fun, because that's not at all how I would have thought the narrative would have sounded.
Right.
But I'm really enjoying that.
It's so suspenseful. And I'm finding, because I'm trying to find another book that's as good as that one as far as, like,
I'm having a hard time.
Nothing is measuring up. Like, it
even
is
one
so
of her
well
other ones
written.
That we read, it was still good, but it was good in a different way. It was, like, creepy enough to be kind of creepy, because it, like, could see that happening. And I don't want to give anything away for anybody, but it was, I was hooked on the first page, which, like, never happens.
Right.
So I suggest that book a lot. I don't have a whole heck of a lot to say other than I didn't expect it to turn out the way that it did.
It didn't at all. And I love the way that she wrote, so that way you got to hear from different characters' perspective.
The diary format is...
I think that's my favorite style to read, only because you can really... Then I find myself connecting more with the different characters than I would if it was just from first-person perspective.
Yeah,
totally. You know what I mean? And I think it adds a little bit of that sinister edge, like you finding a diary, you know, from like 100 years ago, and you get the story in bits and pieces, and suddenly it all comes together, and it's, you know, hearing from the past and the future at the same time. That's my favorite style.
Yeah,
me too.
You know, it's super interesting.
It's like a mystery.
And how many years did it span over? Like, I can't remember, but it was. I
think the oldest was like the early 1800s.
That's what I thought. Yeah, so that
up
was
until
really
almost present day.
Yep, and so I thought that was really fun too, because you really started to learn about some of the different family norms. And how different they were, and how storytelling was a huge part of that culture back in the day, and that's how they, I mean, try not to give a whole lot away. Some of my favorite parts was just the stories that they had heard and how that got passed down, and those stories were, you could take it or leave it, but it was very set that this is something that you don't do. This is something, you know, you stay away from this area. We don't do things in this area because of X,
almost
Y, and
to the
Z.
point of not remembering exactly why, but you just
know that you don't do it.
It's really interesting.
It was so
like the telephone game.
And there's a little bit of like a Native American type, you know, spin on that. So it's a lot of it is about belief and like what do you believe and things like that. And the kind of cliffhanger at the end, I was like,
really interesting. So,
like, I don't know how I feel about that, because I want to be done with the book, but
it kind of bothered me. That I will say, I like things to be kind of wrapped up all tidy at the end, and it bugs me. I mean, it does leave it open should they want to do another, like a sequel, but I don't feel like she does sequels. Her books are, it's not that way. It's kind of just leaves it open to interpretation.
Right. Yeah.
Which is interesting, but kind of...
That's a style that happens a lot in like more like scary type books, suspenseful things. Is it?
Well,
oh no, and the monster's still at the door.
Yeah,
and allows your imagination to run away with it.
Not to spoil it. I think that might have gotten close to spoilers.
It's okay.
No, I think it's okay. But I think we should leave it at that because I don't want to ruin it for somebody.
Would I recommend this book? Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. I think this is one of my favorites.
I'm still searching for another one that creates that level of excitement in all of us. Like, I haven't found it yet.
Me either. And that's The Winter People by Jennifer McMahon.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
So anyway, I would recommend that. We all would. Awesome. And I think
we're finally done now.
For real this time.
Yeah, so we hope you all have a wonderful holiday season and Happy New Year. And we will be back hopefully in January. Yeah. I'm trying. I have an idea for a day.
One way or another.
Work it out.
Yeah. It may be on Skype. It may be here.
And and let us know, like we talked about earlier, like if you would be open to Skype, because that might allow us to even connect briefly more frequently.
Yeah, maybe there's something you like or don't like about people who record that way.
Yeah, we would love to know.
So that would be good to know.
Yeah, any input would be awesome.
Yeah. So, thank you so much.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Bye.